There we go. Fujifilm X10. Put the kids in their bedroom. Don't let them see this. This is going to get dirty now. Here we go. There it is. The Fujifilm X10. Part of their new X line of cameras, which began with the X100, which you guys all know already. The X10 is the compact follow-up to the X100. It's a 12 megapixel camera with a 2/3 inch EXR CMOS sensor. That's a large sensor for a compact camera. It also does 19 by 20 or 1920 by 1080 full HD video. The lens is a 4x 28 to 112 millimeter equivalent f2.0 to 2.8 optical zoom with a manual zoom ring. See that? That there is hot. It has a 2.8 inch 460K LCD display. ISO range is 100 to 12,800. Has manual shooting modes. There's a pop-up flash here. It's a die-cast magnesium body, which you can't feel, but I can, and let me just tell you, feels solid and manly. Feels really metallic. I mean, this does not feel at all like most compact cameras. Also has a flash hot shoe, so if you have a flash, you can put a real flash on here. And it also does 7 frames per second bursts at full resolution. That is not normal for a compact camera. That's very impressive. It shoots RAW. Also a very high-end feature for a compact camera. It's a beautiful little camera. Oh yeah, and an nice optical viewfinder. That is something else you don't usually see in a compact camera. It's also made in Japan. Most of the other compact cameras out there now are not actually made in Japan. Made in Japan indicates that this is actually a very, very high-end compact camera that Fujifilm wants made to the highest standards. I've been using the Fuji X10 here now for a few weeks and gotten to know it pretty well. Fuji's demanding that I send it back now, and I got to admit I don't really want to part with it. It's really, really impressed me. The image quality, especially RAW, is beautiful. I'll show you some samples in a minute, but let me just say that I have a tendency to misjudge the image quality of the X10 because when I look at the images, I'm comparing them to my digital SLR images, which are better. The digital SLR has a larger sensor and higher resolution, but that said, the image quality I'm getting from this is good enough that I keep thinking it's a digital SLR images, and I think, oh, they should be better, and then I remember, oh wait, it's the X10, it's a compact camera. Oh yeah, this image quality is awesome. Let's take a look at a few of the photos I've taken with the X10. This first photo of the skull here was taken in the X10's Pro Low Light mode, which combines 4 frames into one at reduced resolution, 2048 by 1536. In this case, it was shot at ISO 2000, and I think it looks really good. This mountain bike sequence was shot at 5 frames per second. That's a medium burst rate. The rest of these photos were shot in and around Salt Lake at Alta Ski Resort. Self-portrait here reflected in the goggles. This one's downtown Salt Lake City. And the next one, this one here, was taken out at edge of the Great Salt Lake. And this last one here is also a Pro Low Light image at ISO 3200. The feel of this camera is wonderful. The mode dial up here and the exposure compensation dial, you can see hopefully that the metal knurling on them, they're solid metal, they feel really good. The feel of this camera is like a miniature digital SLR. You see this dial right here? My thumb goes right there, and I use that to control the aperture and aperture priority. There's also a little dial down here, and I didn't find that I accidentally changed settings with this camera. It was very intuitive and very comfortable, and I also really like the way the lens feels. It's beautiful, and you can really control depth of field with this. I can get good portraits with nice soft background. And once again, it turns on and off like this. It just, man, the camera just feels great. There's a full range of shooting modes on the mode dial here, including program, manual, aperture priority, and shutter priority. I mostly used aperture priority. That seems to work the best for me with compact cameras and with the controls on this camera. There's also the EXR modes, including Auto EXR. There are 3 EXR modes: a high resolution EXR mode, an extended dynamic range EXR mode, and a low noise high ISO EXR mode. The dynamic range expanded EXR and the low noise high ISO both change the resolution on the camera in order to get better image quality. In the case of the expanded dynamic range, of course, you get more shadow and highlight detail, and in the case of the high ISO, it combines pixel data so that it can bring the noise level down. I think the display on the X10 is pretty good too. When you change modes here, you see it gives you information on each mode, and it gives you that display right there on the right, showing you right on the LCD what mode you're on. Oh yeah, custom modes. Has user programmable custom modes, 2 of them, and there's also a programmable FN button here on the top. Also, lots of autofocus points you can see here. Yeah, you can just move the autofocus point around wherever you want. It's a lot of control with this camera. I hope you enjoyed my video as much as I enjoyed using the X10 here. Let me give you a quick recap. It's a 12 megapixel camera with a big 2/3 inch CMOS sensor. The lens is a 28 to 112 millimeter equivalent. That's a 4 times optical zoom. The aperture is f2.0 to 2.8. Great bokeh, great depth of field control for a compact camera. It's a 2.8 inch 460K dot LCD display back there. Let's see what else. Full manual shooting modes. Die-cast magnesium body. I keep saying how great the body feels, and you know, I'm not joking, it's awesome. Of course, RAW, that's key to the image quality. That's key to this camera because image quality is what this is all about. Of course, I am PhotoJohn for PhotographyReview.com, and let me remind you that there will be a full review for the X10 here on PhotographyReview.com with lots of sample images and a lot more detail than I can give in this video. Thanks a lot for watching this video. I hope to see you in the next one.